I'm the product of an artist whose creations bring delight. Upon this somber threshold, imagination comes to life. Just free yourself from reason, soon you'll see in black and white. Call me a seed of evil, but what's that mean if I'm conceived within your mind? Leaking from the ceiling, ink is bleeding through the lines. Is that your heart that's beating, or illusion you're alive? Collect what's necessary, keep appeasing the divines. It's me you should be believing, cause he's deceiving you with lies. Holy conniption, has it been 30 years? It appears Mickey Mouse might have been murdered here. With pie cut eyes, I have learned to fear. Kinda reminds me why I quit working here. Why did I come? Let me go home, I should be leaving. Whatever happened, don't wanna know. What are these demons? So, guess if I gotta be stuck here, then I might as well investigate. Secrets are unlocking, but too bad the exit ain't. Despite this mask of happiness, I drown in dark despair. The world may be your canvas, what you paint on it beware. The pen is mightier than the sword, it has no limitation. Don't refrain, this ink will stain and nothing can erase us now. Can you describe the face you saw? Could it be one recognized? We'd never harm the hand that draws. Imagination cursed us all with life. Shamed and defaced, scathed and disgraced, tainted by hatred and can't be erased. Creators betrayed us, we've got it on tape. We've written your fate and it can't be erased. I was not always a monster, once I was somebody's muse. Innovation made us stronger, but that power was abused. The machine is thumping and the ink is pumping. Now you need to run because the demon's coming. I need help, someone send a telegram. I'm surrounded by upside down pentagrams. I don't have a guide, just a little bit of candlelight with an axe that I don't know how to handle right. The little devil darling's on a lot of reels. Long as he's on one, he cannot be real. Stop the projectors, Bendy's off his reel. Got a feeling he and Joey got a deal. An unholy bargain, a demonic seal, with a master plan that I must reveal. Won't be long till this ink's all congealed upon my body, head to toe all concealed. But a little bit of bleach should do the trick. I'll never watch another damn cartoon, I quit. Look at you, you're scared of a moving pen. Hey Bendy, how'd you get the tutu to fit? I'm blinded by this evil growing. My heart is full of people loving, with secrets that I keep from showing. I am the wolf in sheepish clothing. Cut the shop with ink of flowing, push it to the brink of flowing. We hope you don't think of going, weigh you down and keep from floating. Come with me, we'll bring you Joey, you'll be kept.
Yeah, for one, I'm not sleeping. How does it sound on your end? Great, sounds good. I'm gonna move to Canada. What? Huh? Okay. Is the music overpowering? Do I need to turn it down? change of format, and what the fudge is going on with my counts up there? Look at my follower counts. That's all jacked up. I wish I had that many. So I've been thinking about changing a lot of things up, doing less gaming, more chatting, and since I'm not working right now, going in and doing stuff like this later, when there might be more people that want to come in, chit chat, whatever. Give me 1 second. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've put in some applications today. I've been putting them in. I know it is. I wondered why you're up. I'm working on getting TikTok integration too, so I can do all four: YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. But while I love playing video games, everybody knows it. I don't want to feel like I'm obligated to play games every time I stream, and so I thought I'd try some new stuff. Like streamed yesterday talking with Ivy and just chit chatting and kicking around ideas during that stream. Some of it's going to be, like I said, something like this where it's more relaxed and what have you. I'm probably gonna, if I'm gonna stream more with varying types of content. How's that? Like gaming maybe once or twice a week, and then chatting. One night we'll do, like, I'll put up we'll have a room in the Discord for suggested conversations. Oh, I'm getting to that. This is kind of a dry run for it. But where we can throw topic suggestions for one specific night. You already beat me to what? But we can throw topic suggestions, then I can put it on a wheel and, hey, at the beginning of the stream, what do we want to talk about? And, oh, you started one. Outstanding. What about? But we'll have the topic of the night for that, or maybe talk about it for so long. If we run out, we can do another one, and we can keep adding to it. Another one might be the pending, where we spend one night talking about different things entertainment-wise. Oh, that's nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. Mine's gonna start off with more military-oriented stuff, and I might do a separate one, but I've been planning one called Afterlife, Life After the Military, and how different people adjust to that, like their last 3 to 6 months in the military and getting prepped to get out, and what they teach you. And I know how they dealt with me 20 years ago is gonna be different than what they do now. So I'm gonna have varied people, but then what they actually did after the fact, once they got out, and how did it meet what they were expecting it to be. Does that make sense? But this is just idle chatter type thing. I remember growing up, or I say growing up, when I was working overnights back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, you had overnight radio talk shows type thing. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. I do want to avoid like politics, but we'll talk about other shit. But one night, or of my normal streams, not my late night ones. We'll talk about like if there's a oh shit, what happened? Um, but like say if there's some TV shows that everybody watches, we can discuss the weekly episodes of these different TV shows, and or say a movie comes out that a lot of people like and we all go see it at some point in the week. We can discuss it, stuff like that. That's just a thought. I don't even know if that one's going to happen, but that is a thought, one of the thoughts for the weekly. But it will require more people to hopefully join in the Discord to be able to have those types of conversations for one, and give us ideas for them. Is a scene fucked up? Are you still using OBS, by the way? What are you using? You were using Slobs, weren't you? Streamlabs OBS. I asked if you were using OBS. You said no. Now you're saying you used OBS. Which is it? Oh. And if this picks up a little bit, I found out that I can hook my GoPro Wi-Fi as a camera. So if I decide to do things around the house, I can have it. Like say if I go for a long time and want to go switch through it, I can switch a scene to being the GoPro and have it with me, or stuff like that. But that's something I'm still working on. I just found this out. Yeah, right. I have it. I'm gonna mess with that tomorrow, actually. So you have to. It can't stop Bluetooth. It has to be Wi-Fi, but it can hook up to your computer Wi-Fi and be like a mobile camera. Hey, shoot. Oh, excuse me. Hell, I used to do like cooking content. That would be great if I wanted to do it, not just on like TikTok, or do not long form or videos and have to edit them, and I want to do them live. That would be an ideal one to use, especially because of the software I use now. Check out Meld Studios, MELD. It is phenomenal, and I can multi-stream to 4 different platforms once I figure out TikTok all at once. Like that's why you're there. You saw my YouTube chat's also integrated. So was my Kick chat when I want to, if somebody talks there, and I can walk you through it. I walked Ivy through setting it up Friday, but it is super user friendly. They have a bunch of built-in plugins that you have, like with OBS, you'd have to go outside. Like I was talking about the wheel with the different ideas. It's already built in. A lot of them you have to use on an outside website and source and all that. It's already there. I'm waiting for a friend of mine who just messaged me on Discord, asked if I was okay, and I was like, meh, and then I sent her the link because she's never seen this, so I was hoping she would jump in. I sent her the YouTube link. Are you following my YouTube yet? Both of them? That should be that way, sorry. I keep forgetting, it's backward. But yeah, look up Meld Studios. Find them on TikTok. They have all kinds of instructional videos on TikTok alone, not to mention on YouTube. But I'll be happy to help you set it up. It is so friendly. Like just the transition from like say I'm gaming on my console. Watch the camera versus the game. Well, that one got a little jerky, but same thing with my PC. And that was, I didn't have to do anything special for that. It did that on its own. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'll probably the one the podcast I was working on will eventually evolve into other things because you can only talk about getting out of the military for so long. Um, but the whole point is I want to make it part of my life after the military, even though it's been 20 years. This is something I really do want to do and do more of. Um, Another thing I'll cover is like trying to help people get their benefits and stuff like that, but that's still at the early stages, all that is. Um, but eventually, like after a year, I'll get a lot looser on what we'll cover, and it doesn't specifically have to be military. Um, it could be something like we're right now. Especially if I have people that want to join me on the regular, where it's not just me here, but we can have 3 or 4 people on Discord. Did I lose you? Did you fall asleep? Did I bore you to sleep? Did I lose you? Apparently I did. Well then. I'm apparently the one I have won't work. It has to. This is a hero session or hero 5 session or hero session 5. It needs to be an 8 or higher. So I can't use it for like I thought I did. So yay, there's that. I can use my phone. It, apparently, so I may look at that one for that kind of thing. I applied to a heating, air conditioning, and plumbing place that's local, apparently here and in Nevada. So, and it's Simplify Heating, Air, and Plumbing. So I thought maybe I might have it an easier in there, you know. Um, but I applied there today. They are hiring especially for the summer. I also applied to a dealership that I'd applied to them a couple of months ago, but a different location because they need a parts guy. But now the one much closer to my house, thankfully. So I mean, I can walk there. Hi, Crow. No, you did. Well, at least you're here. Um, but it's much closer. It's a Chevy dealership, and it's for a service writer. So maybe I'll hear from one of those two. Because I need a job. Unless by some miracle something like this takes off and I can, which I know I'm not that entertaining, so, um, but at least this way I can be more engaging with people and not have to make sure I'm looking at my chat and not missing anything. But so you asked if I followed here. No, I just live rent free in your head. Anywho, um, ah, well, my imagination has been real active lately, so not necessarily about good things. Sorry. She's probably on her way to work. That's probably what it is, because they're 8 hours ahead of us. Hi, how are you? Welcome in. Um, how are you doing? Uh, from Kick. I'm still relatively new to Kick. I've had an account for a while. Um, I've just never really used it until this last uh, couple months. My friend I sent the invite to through Discord. She's in Wales, so I'm doing okay. Trying to pass some time, trying some new stuff because I used to just do gaming streams, and I want a variety. I want to change it up. I want to do less of that, more stuff like this. Like for me, it's 12:30, so um, like I was telling Crow here, I remember when I was in my 20s working overnights and here having radio talk shows going or what have you, because I was doing security, and somebody made the suggestion that I do try something like that because I have apparently the voice and the cadence and all that to do that. So it's just something new I'm trying. I usually stream Sunday, Wednesday, or Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and that's when I was doing gaming stuff. I'm gonna back off on that and do some late night streams more, but a lot of my streams are still gonna be kind of during the day. But where am I now, or where am I from? Where I'm from is I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. Yeah, double that almost. Um, but I live in Arizona. I moved to Arizona last July. I'm 47. Um, so how'd you find me? Just scrolling through, or sorry, I talk with my hands sometimes. Um, you can see my puppy. Oh, wrong way. I keep forgetting. She's passed out on my other chair. But yeah, my friend in Wales is probably on her way to work right now. I mean, she messaged me like at 12:06 or 12:05, and I messaged her back 12:07, and then I sent the link. But yeah, she's probably on her way to work or getting ready for work because it's 8 o'clock there, I think. Yeah, if it's 3 for you, it's 8 o'clock there because they're 5 hours ahead of the West Coast or East Coast. That's Rosie, and then I have a cat around here somewhere, probably in my son's room, named Tigger. Um, yeah, stand-up comedian, I am not. Thank you. My name's Kain. Welcome in. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. And I talk about just about anything. I mean, there's not much I have off limits. If there is one and somebody brings it up, I'll let them know, but very rarely is there anything I won't talk about. Especially right now. The only thing that kept me from talking about things was my girlfriend, and well, that's not a thing anymore. So, hobbies are gaming. That's mostly it right now, because, well, but I have my own business doing audiobook narration, voiceover, stuff like that. So that's my other thing that I'm trying to grow. So right now I mainly do like indie romance novels and such. Uh, Story-driven stuff. I don't do competitive games. I'm not super great at them. I've gotten better at like Fortnite and shit, but uh, I play like I was doing a story run of Fallout 4 is what I've been working on. She broke up with me last Wednesday because of the incident back in March, supposedly. There's more to it than that, I'm sure, but that's what I'm not going to get in. That particular subject right there, like the in-depth portion of that, I don't want to get into medical stuff. But yeah, we broke up. She broke up with me. We were fine on Tuesday. I love you, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I'm on Twitch right now, too. I'm on Twitch and YouTube, so I'm doing all three right now. And soon as I can figure it out, I'll be doing it on TikTok, too. But yeah, Tuesday we were fine. Wednesday she texted me. We were done. Thursday when she texted me, she was mad at me. So I don't know what the hell happened. Tonight, probably at least another half hour, if not more, because I have no job, so I'm just trying to burn some time. I'll probably these late night ones, if I continue to do it, I'll probably do it earlier. I'll probably do it because it's midnight or 12:30 here. I'll probably start at 11 moving forward. Do like 11 to 1. When I do them, I just got to figure out what nights. I won't do it every night, but like maybe 2 nights a week or something. But tonight, at least, probably another half hour to an hour and a half. But yeah, I mean, I'm some stuff I'm still trying to figure out. And I've been streaming for years, but like I said, it's almost always been gaming, not chatting or anything like that. And I want to. I like engaging with people. I like talking to people. Believe it or not, most of the time, in environments like this. Um, so I just think it's something different, and it being later, it's probably got a better audience availability, I guess, or there's not as much congestion on the streaming people streaming this late at night, so people might want to talk or hang out or whatever, even if it's just background noise while they're at work, or like a radio show or what have you. And that's what I was talking about is how I'm gonna like in my Discord. Okay, we can. I've got a notepad. I'll take notes. Um, but like I was gonna do a wheel and have a room in the Discord for Discord members to suggest different conversations, and then at the beginning I'll spin the wheel and see what we're gonna talk about that night. And if it dries up, I'll spin it again. So where are you from, Anna? At least what time zone? Maybe. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm originally from Alabama. I spent the last 20 years in Georgia, and then I moved here uh, back in July. IG, I do, not specifically for this. I have a personal and I have my business one. Are you going to bed, Crow? Okay. Hit me up tomorrow sometime. Or today, whatever. But yeah, that's a point. I need to put my IG down there. But the one I have is my business one for my narration. As far as I'll throw it out there though. It's Shumway Media. Let me see. I'll pull it up. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna. That's what it would be under. And I don't know why this says the fault. I have these followers. I do not have these followers. It. I noticed it yesterday that it said more, not that much more. It only had like 50 extra. Now it's like way off because I only have like 15 on YouTube and 15 on Kick and 260 on Twitch. So I'm gonna have to look into what's going on with that. I have a family that lives in Florida, some cousins and such. My stepmother's family lived down there. What's up, dude? I was actually about to send you the link because I just kind of got settled in. How are you? Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. How are you? Oh. I've never been super active on Instagram. I need to be, if I because I want to grow my business and everything. So yeah. Um. Oh, you had cousins show up. That sounds like it could be fun or interesting. Uh, Damn dog just passed out over there. Okay. Uh, yeah, I'm on there looking for the notifications. So. Hang on. Let me close it. Sometimes it does this. Yeah. I'll keep an eye out for it. It's not showing up yet. Uh, so when it does, I will accept, follow back, and all that good stuff. So what are you doing tonight, Zest? Anything interesting? Maybe clean something? I gotcha. So, um, uh, I, I did. I do, depending. I did plenty of it growing up and everything because I've been, at one point I was a over the road truck driver too when I got out of the Marine Corps. So I've been over at least most of the continental in the U.S. and as far as countries, I've no place nice. I'll put it that way. Um, as far as other countries, the main one's been Iraq. I've been to other countries en route to and back from, but never spent time there. You didn't know what? That I was a truck driver? Yeah, I did that for like a year or two. So, I mean, I haven't been to the Pacific Northwest, really, but anything Southwest, all the southern states, Um, and most anything from like Nebraska east I've been to, and then like I said, most of the southern states from when I was in California and everything. Um, I'm working on it. Yes. There we go. Too attached to fictional people. I know that feeling. Yes, I plan to travel some more. I plan on going to the UK and visiting my friend out there that I was just talking about, um, in Wales, and seeing pretty much anything I can out that way. There are parts of the Pacific Northwest I want to see, like Washington State. Um, Friend of mine that live with me, one. I have three kids in total. My oldest is in her late 20s now. Shit. Uh, 28. My middle is fixing to turn 18. And then my youngest is 15. And my youngest lives with me. Um, he has his sights set on doing stuff like this too, being some sort of content creator gaming. Uh, my middle son actually just joined the army. Where's that? Oh, my kids' names. My daughter's Marilyn. My middle son is Nathan, and my youngest, uh, I call him Kiddo. So, um, right now, like I said, game this and voiceover narration. Trying to find a job. I lost my job back in March, so. Oh Lord. I went to jail. What? That one? Yeah. I did something stupid which is about to be tied up finally. And I went to jail for 4 days, so I was out of work. I missed my job. I missed too many days of work, and came back and on Thursday, and they fired me the following Thursday. That ties back to, my girlfriend breaking up with me, by the way. Um, just something, really stupid. That's one of those things that I want to get into right now. I could have killed somebody, though. I'll put it that way. Um, but supposedly that's why she broke up with me. So I don't think that's why, but that's what she's saying. I think it's part of it, but not as big of a part of it as what she's claiming. Um, I drank too much. Uh, just and did something stupid. And no, I didn't try to. I could have. Um, no, if I tried to kill somebody, they'd be dead. I could have. I drank and I drank and drove without getting too much farther into it. I was drinking and driving, and I know better. I know, and I don't drink now. I'd already cut back drastically from at the beginning of the year. I wish I'd have cut back more now, but now I don't drink any since then, really. Um, and for one of the reasons I cut back is we found out on New Year's Eve, or I did, but I think they did too, that her dad has cirrhosis of the liver, and I made the decision right then to cut back because I think because I knew their blood type, so we have matching blood types, O positive and O negative, but it's still usable. But I didn't tell her about this until like the end of January, but I decided because if they couldn't find a viable donor, I was going to get tested, even if I had to do it anonymously. So that's why I cut back on drinking, is to help my liver recover more, even though all my physicals say that from when they do my enzyme test, you can't tell I've ever drank, surprisingly. But I want it to heal more so it can work better for him. And she says that's part of the reason too, is because I told her that, but I was still drinking. But I wasn't drinking there as much. But she said that's part of what started killing things for her emotionally. But I'm still gonna do it even with how things are between me and her. If they need it, like I said, I'll do it anonymously, and they'll never have to know. She'll know. She'll figure it out, but her family never has to know because that is her favorite person, and I like him. He's a good dude, and I would like to help keep him around a little bit longer, even if I don't get to associate with him. That's the thing. I like to help people. And I will do most anything I can to help somebody. And I did that without even looking into it, and then I've looked into it, and like the recovery time is pretty quick for the donor. It's like light duty for 2 weeks, and then medium duty for like another month. So at the time I was working from home, so that would be nothing. They do it, I go home the next day, and I could still be working, sitting at my desk working, while recovering. And the chunk of liver they take out on average, only takes like 3 or 4 months to grow back. So, um, it's not like I'm gonna die because I gave part of my liver away. Um, there she is. Oh, she's covering her face. She's like, I want to go to bed. Hi, baby. Oh, like originally when I got out of the Marine Corps, I wanted to. I was gonna. I was gonna go to school, get my EMT certification, and then be a cop because, well, it would look good having that type of certification and being a first responder. We don't. If something happens, I don't have to wait for paramedics. I could help. And that's just the way my brain works. Anyway, I don't know if it actually would help, but you know what I mean. That's the way my brain was working on it. Um, I gotta work on stabilizing this monitor because it's shaking, so it's shaking the camera. Um, I was going through cataloging all my content creation stuff, and oh my god, over the years I've spent so much money on something I make no money off of. Like my key lights that I have up here, I have like 5 of them. That right there is actually a light panel that they use for like major films. Um, hell, I have a camera that I can hook up. I just haven't. It's a Canon M50, which was like $600 when I bought it. Got one of the batteries charging here because I started charging all the stuff. But I have 2 of these, the light panels like that, and green screen and all kinds of other stuff. And that's the thing is, like, my girlfriend at one point wanted to get into photography. I'm like, I've got all the shit for it. Let's do it. You know, she was going to get a Canon, a different type of Canon, but it's like, well, and this was a couple of years ago. So now that I'm here, I'm like, I remember you want to do this. I've got the shit. Use it. For a while there, I was like doing a lot of research on how to use that camera, both for stills and since it's digital. Excuse me, sorry, Lord help me. For film because it's film quality, but a lot of people will hook them, and I have I have the board in my computer where I can run 4 HDMI cables from cameras, like high quality cameras. And I did that for the podcast I wanted to do because I was figuring I'd have 2 to 3 cameras just for that alone. That was long before I moved here, but you know, like one per person, one farther back, and like one off to the side. So that's 4 different angles that I could cover with that. But I may go back to doing research, and especially out here in the Arizona desert, and doing like trying to take pictures around here of the mountains and what have you, because just to see how I do. But yeah, I got this, soft boxes, all kinds of crap, ring light, whatever. On like I said, that much money on something that doesn't make me any. Yeah. Well, like, remind me, or tomorrow I'll take a picture just from my backyard. There's a mountain just down the way. To me, it's a big hill, but yeah, it's probably actually a mountain. And just that alone is the look of that's nice. Um, I want to go climb it or hike it, and just like you have the Superstition Mountains back over there. Uh, and when I went out there for a photo shoot with my girlfriend, uh, the I could only imagine the view because I was still at the base of them looking up, and I could only imagine the view from the top. You know what I mean? Um, and I want to figure out how to do like settings for low light or nighttime shoots because going up there at night and taking a picture of the East Valley where I live and the lights from the town and everything and the cars and all that would probably be pretty nice. Oh, the lenses for that damn thing, like I said, the camera itself was like $600. The lenses are anywhere from 150 to $300 to $400 for the ones I have. There's much more expensive ones that I'm never gonna buy because I will no, uh, unless I start, unless I actually try to end up doing like professional photography or something. But let me start with the basics and see what people think. Maybe I'll start posting those on my Instagram. Go out and, like I said, take pictures of these mountains or from the mountains and. Excuse me. Now that's catching up with me because it's weird. I haven't slept much lately. Like last night, I got like 2 hours of sleep. Fought to stay awake for part of the day. Um, took like a 30-minute nap, and then your wife called me because I told her to. So I told her I needed to talk to her about something, and she called me, and I'm glad she did because I probably would have just slept, honestly. So, and then of course now that that I need to, it was getting to that time where I could actually go to sleep and try to fix my sleeping pattern. I'm wide the fuck awake, so I decided to do this instead. Um, yeah, but I started a little late tonight because my son stayed up a little later, and then I was cooking because I hadn't eaten. I went, me and him went for a walk earlier, and we did like just shy of like 2.5 miles. It took down to the Walgreens down the way. It's like 1.2 miles down there. What do you mean? What do I make? Oh, for dinner, just pasta. I have. I get. Actually, I've had this pasta since I lived in Georgia, but it's protein plus pasta, so it's a higher protein content from when I was working out last year. But I've started doing it again. But yeah, I mean, him walked to uh, the Walgreens and back, which was about, like I said, just shy of 2.5 miles. And then he comes inside to make dinner, and I did 4 or 5 more laps of my neighborhood area because where I live, it's weird. It's like a circle. The road is not a circle. So if I do 2 laps, it's like zero.9 miles, 0.93 miles for 2 laps. So I did 4. And when I looked at my watch, it said I did around a total of 6 point something miles today. And I could have kept going. That's the thing. It's like and that's it. Like here, because of how flat it is, it's and dry it is. It's easy to walk. Like last December, I was walking at my house December and January, and I did it rain or shine. I didn't care because I was trying to keep my mind off shit like I am now. And the house I have in Georgia is at the bottom of a hill, so you come out and it's at the cul-de-sac, and the hill is like this in a curve. So you start off already with a challenge. And when I was doing that, I had a 40-pound pack on me doing it. I started low, but I worked my way up to 40 pounds and stopped there. And I measured it out where if I did these laps in my neighborhood, and I kind of found it on accident. By the time I did these things where I hit all the side streets, went down here, come back over here, and then did it all backward, and it was exactly 3 miles. So I was doing that. Uh, Back in 2024 to 2025, for much the same reason. I needed to, and to keep my mind off shit, or not even keep my mind off shit, just to work out the frustration and aggravation I was going through at the moment, just like I am now, because I didn't have a job then either, and a whole circumstance of similar situations there. Here, like I said, it's easier, it's flat, it's dry, but just I feel the need to get out. I don't want to sit at home all the time. I need to do something because it's just not healthy. And I can't drive my truck right now because of the registration, and if I get pulled over, they will put me in jail. So there's that. But yeah, I need to get a leash for her so I can take her with me. Because I bought her a harness after we got here. She has this harness, and I just need to get her a leash. You found working dairy and butcher farms? Say that again. Yeah. Well, I know y'all, yeah, she tells me when y'all go for, but, because a lot of times when I start my streams, Ivy will be out walking Nova. Originally I was starting them at 5 o'clock here and doing till 8, but since I didn't have a job, I moved it back to 4, because my therapy sessions were at 3 to 3:30, so they gave me a 30-minute break, then I could start streaming, get done at 7, make dinner, because I'm tired of making dinner so late in the evening, but that's just who I am. I've always eaten late. I need to stop doing that also for health reasons. So I'm trying to correct certain behaviors. Oh, okay. That makes more sense, yes. But I'm trying to, because Jack eats late too, and I'm trying to dial his time back to a more reasonable time. And once I find a job, hopefully, and that was the thing, is like, even when I was working, because I was working all day and then going out door dashing in the evenings, I couldn't eat at a reasonable time, and neither did he. So I was hoping that eventually the VA will unfuck themselves. I don't have to DoorDash, and I could be more present as a parent and be able to get him on a better schedule, both like eating and sleeping. His sleep schedule's not bad. It is on weekends, and well, Thursday's his last day of school. Shoot. Jeebus. But, trying to get back to a more regulated lifestyle, healthy wise. Yeah. Well, keep in mind, that's the thing is, I moved here in the middle of July. I got here on the 14th. They started school on the 16th. or I got here on the 13th. My first day of work was on the 14th. They started school on the 16th of July. Now they have more time off. Like they, all their breaks instead of like their fall break is 2 weeks. Their Christmas winter break is 3 weeks rather than two, and their spring break was 2 weeks. Um, so they get longer breaks, which was it's kind of cool if we did have the chance to be able to travel. Like say, because we could go do whatever and not have to rush on a trip and then come back and be exhausted from driving across the country, doing whatever we're going to do, and come back. We could take our time and still have time to relax afterward. So, yeah. But I guess this year coming, they're not going to start as early. I gotta call the school tomorrow and register him. I keep forgetting to, or today. Um, Give me a minute. I will be right back. right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was just taking a quick cigarette break, refilling my drink, my tea. Um, but let's see. You there, Zest? Dry? And I was in a TikTok live earlier. This guy that just sits there and plays music for like 12 hours. You know, takes requests, what have you. And people in there chatting about their, like one friend of mine is in there saying they're about to have a big storm, and he's sitting there saying there's, like they're supposed to get rain for the next 8 days, and I'm like, I would kill for 1 day of rain. And I say that. Back in the fall, it rained a couple of times, and the streets were flooded. I'm glad I drive a truck, but it sucks at the same time because the cops are blocking the roads because of how flooded it was for most people. And I'm like, I can make it through. I drive a truck. I have all-wheel drive. It doesn't have to be. I have four-wheel drive, but it also has the option. You have the. I think you have the same truck I do, but it has two-wheel, all-wheel, four-wheel low, four-wheel high. So I'm set for anything. And I was doing DoorDash at the time. And so the streets in certain parts of the town were just flooded, and watching people get stuck because of how much water was just sitting there, and people driving their Hondas or what through it and couldn't make it. So I get why they blocked it, honestly. Oh, the transmission sport mode. Oh yeah, that's fun. That'll lay you back in the seat. I've got a lot of work to do on mine. That's why I can't drive it right now, is the emissions. I got a couple of things I got to do. I need to drain and fill the transmission fluid too. I need to replace one of the hub assemblies. I've already replaced one right after I moved here. Went to order the other one when it started acting up, and the company I bought it from, the hub assembly from, no longer delivers to fucking Arizona. So did she tell you what happened back in March, the end of February, early March, when I went to jail? Okay. Um, I thought so. I have no, but my girlfriend is saying that's why. That was my own dumbass fault. That was my own dumbass mistaken choices and fault. It's unfortunate. I let it get that far. And what's funny is I had wrote out this long text, but I didn't want to send it to her because it would sound like I'm attacking her. I just needed her to call me on the phone or sit with me in person while I read it to her and modified it as I went because typos and shit. And a lot of it is about my anger issues and how I can help prevent those. It's because I bottle all this shit up. And because she wouldn't let me do it, it got worse. And yeah, but that's not what and you can ask Ivy what my theory is on what's actually going on. There's something else I'm not going to talk about here on why she actually broke up with me. She's just blaming that. Oh, she told you? Good. less I have to talk about. Um, so that live I was in, I was talking about tonight. I went in there last night, and a mutual friend of mine and hers, somebody I met through her a couple of years ago, was in there. And I was like, "Hey, man, mom," and she's like, "Oh, hi there." I'm like, "Uh oh." And when the live ended, she messages me, "So, do you want to tell me your side of the story?" I'm like, "Yep, I should have known she came to you." Um, and Mima is from Missouri, very an older lady, very religious. I love her to death. She loves her to death. She loves us. And I think, and I knew she'd been telling people what happened, and but just blaming that one incident on why she broke up with me, and she was leaving out context like time frame, because I saw a message she sent somebody made it. That's all she said was what happened, not when, not the fact it's been 2.5 months ago. So I know that's what she's doing, is making it out like it just happened, and it's not. Um, Mima knows enough to ask me, and but I've not told her all the shit that she's done to me to me over the last 5 years, because I didn't want her looking bad in Meemaw's eyes. I told Meemaw last night, after she got done going off on me about what I did and how I need to fix myself and what have you. And I appreciate what she said, even though she was off. She was a little off. She says I'm an alcoholic. I am not an alcoholic. I don't feel a driving need to drink. My the closest I might be a functioning alcoholic, because if I start drinking at least whiskey, I keep going. If I drink my I'll drink hard apple ciders and I'm fine. I don't keep going. I'll drink 3 or 4 and I'm good. Um, but I don't feel a driving need to drink. And when I was without it, I didn't detox. Somebody tried to say I did, and I'm like, you're not even here. I was in jail. I, but I still needed to cut back, and so I did. And now I need to cut back more, so I have. Because of that, I'm just glad I didn't do something worse, obviously. But but yeah, after she went off with me about all that and what have you, I just unloaded everything that had happened over the last couple of years that she had no clue about. And she hasn't spoken to me all day. And then she was in that live today, and I'm like, I was worried that I'd made her mad, or that maybe she thought I was being petty and all this, trying to tell her the my side of it plus some. And I was just like, "Hi, sweetie, how are you doing?" Da da da. So that made me feel better. And nope, she was fine. I have a feeling she's gonna go to her at some point and go, "So is that why you really broke up with him?" Because she won't tell me what she said, and she's not gonna tell her what I said. That's just the way she is, which is fine and good. I don't mind, especially right now. My whole thing was, if she wants to air out my sins, yeah, I felt the need to air hers to that particular person. So which question? Off topics is always good, especially when we're talking about my personal life. I got something swollen back here. What's the last RPG game? Like video game or tabletop? Video game. I actually just got picked up because I had the funds. The updated Final Fantasy Tactics because I love like strategy games too, and it's a RPG, and I'd played it when it was on Nintendo on PlayStation. I've never beaten it. Well, they just put it out on Switch, updated, and you have the original version and the enhanced version, both on there. So I've been playing that a little bit here and there, but I mean, it just depends because technically Fallout and Oblivion or Elder Scrolls are RPGs and first person. So those are the three games I've been playing lately. A lot of my games I don't have access to because she has my PlayStation 5. She was having problems with her Switch and trying to play Fortnite. She made an offhand comment about, "Do I need all my consoles?" And I was like, "You can come get the PS5 if you want." This was months ago, like a month or two ago. It's like, "Wait, really?" I was like, "Yeah." I mean, what I'm streaming on is my Xbox right now. So yeah, you can borrow the PS5. But yeah, and Final Fantasy is probably one of my favorite franchises anyway, because Helldivers, I love that game, but it's on my PS5. I love Helldivers. Um, I I can get it back soon because she's working on getting my shit back to me. We'll see. I can bet you that's not going to be one of the things she's going to bring back to me. Not easily. She'll probably bring me my dog tags, the debit and credit card because we have a joint debit or bank account, and my pistol, which even that's debatable. Uh, but oh yeah, I love Helldivers, and keep in mind one of my favorite movies and books, and the book's so much better, is Starship Troopers, which Helldivers is very reminiscent of, especially the plot and everything. Uh, what's up? I'm assuming you play Helldivers. All right, that's right. It's on Xbox now, isn't it? I forgot about that. I'll check that one out. Matter of fact, I'll check it now. Shit, I got it right here. Very little. What do you mean? Very little what? Oh. Oh shit, it's $40. Uh-oh. That's not good. Is it a Xbox X or what is it? Okay, so but still the one of the latest versions. Um, yeah, it's shit. That's $40 to $60. I'll have to wait on that one. When I got it on PlayStation, I think it was free. And what the biggest kick in the teeth about the Helldivers, at least I think it's Helldivers 2 specifically, is it was actually originally designed to be Halo ODST 2. So it was meant as an Xbox game originally, or a Microsoft property, I should say. Um, and Microsoft or well, Bungie or whoever, 343 Studios, like, nah, we're good. And now they're kicking themselves. Yes. Uh, I love Halo. Um, and ODST and Reach are probably my favorites, though. Nothing against Master Chief, but uh, uh, the history and what, like, because what Reach is, and it was the start of the war. But yeah, ODST was one of my favorites, and uh, uh, the cast of it alone, you know, Nathan Fillion for it was in it, and hell, we were talking about him last night with the Rookie. Um, yeah, well, and like I've read some of the books, and the lore actually gets pretty good. Like one of the books I read was actually John and the other Spartans from when they first get recruited up to the beginning. Not Reach itself, but a lot of the stuff they did before the war with the Covenant actually started. I don't think it got to that point yet. Uh, but that's a really good book. Oh yeah, and a lot of people don't like the TV show. I've only seen the first season. I didn't dislike it, but I tend to be more open-minded about film and TV adaptations because while to me TV uh, is a has a better opportunity for deeper stories because you can have 20 some odd 1 hour episodes or whatever. Um, you can only adapt so much. What does piss me off is when they hire people that have no familiarity with the universe in the game, which is what happened with Halo. The writers were not familiar, just like and The Witcher. If you ever watched that, when Henry Cavill signed on for The Witcher, the stipulation in his contract is it had to either follow the games or the books because they're very different, but it had to follow one or the other. And the writers there were like, we don't care. And that's why he left that show. You gotta love that guy. Well, that too, but that's a lot to do with budgeting constraints because TV tends to have lower budgets, more or less. They have bigger budgets, but they have to spread it out over a lot more, and a lot of, you know, but like the whole, if you watch the show, they had that pellet in him or something that was supposed to kill his emotions. That was not a thing. They had other things in him for the enhancements, but nothing that was supposed to kill him emotionally, which that was just aggravating. There was no point in that. Just like uh, Amazon does a good job a lot of times of adaptations, but they did one for The Wheel of Time, which is one of my favorite book series. Like I have that's this tattoo. The saying right here is from that book series, and I watched the first season and they changed stuff that was just completely unnecessary. One of the main characters, they made his dad to be an adulterous, drunk asshole. When later in the series, he's actually like a hero type, not a big one, but he's still a leader of a resistance to a group. Um, they made one of the American characters. Now keep in mind these three kids are kids. We're talking right at 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, right at adulthood. And he's supposed to be the blacksmith's apprentice, and he's in this. His wife is the blacksmith, if I'm not mistaken. Or he and his wife, and he's not married in the books. He gets married later in the books, and it's like, why? That was stupid. And the showrunner is a fan of the books, and that was what aggravated me on that one. And if you're wondering, uh, death is lighter than a feather, duty is heavier than a mountain. Um, the whole thing about that series is time is a wheel, so it repeats itself. And so the this one person keeps getting reborn to save the world. It's very Jesus-like, right? But he nobody wants to be him. They know he's going to be reborn, but because of the prophecy, nobody wants to be him. So the fact that he is the dragon reborn is what they call him. The prophecy says he's going to destroy the world to save the world. So everybody thinks he's going to kill everybody. It's a prophecy. It's very innocuous. And but because the fate of the world and all this rests on his shoulders, he feels that weight, and he doesn't want to do it, but he's got to. So that's something he was told, and he repeated to himself anytime he wanted to give up. And when I was really down in my depression, that's what I told myself to keep from doing that last act and what have you, you know? That one you don't come back from. So when I got the chance, I put it right there. I was already past that point in my life, but it meant so much to me. I put it right there. And my artist gave me a hellacious discount, but he was a friend of mine, and he was a sheriff's deputy at one point, so he got it all. He understood. He was a super great guy. He's done all my art except for this. Not like I have a lot. I have this, I have a dog tags, and I have that, you know. Sorry, it got dark for a second. We talk about that. I mean, it's a good thing, but when I start getting into why, you know what I mean, it can get kind of dark. I just took what she already had and ran it through ChatGPT and gave it some commands because I'd been working with it for some art, so I knew how to word things a little bit. I'm glad she's happy with it. Um, I'm still working on some things for her and me, because like I took one of like my icon and modified it, but with the black background it's fine, but you can't really see it very well. Here, I'll show you. Oh, let's see. Give me a second. Hell, you may have seen it last night, but see, you could kind of see it, but the black background, because of how dark he is already, it's hard to tell. Um, so when I went to remove the background, it made the file bigger, so I couldn't upload it because you can only it has to be 1 meg or less. And right there, it's less than a meg. But when I removed the black background, it went to 1.2 meg, so I couldn't upload it. So I'm gonna have to mess with it some. like she had some. I took the icon she had been using, got what she wanted, had it modified to that, and then she had all these other pictures that she liked. So I cleaned them up, and then I told it to replace the person there with her icon, and she was that. So yeah, I'm glad she liked it because they turned out really well. Um, the first one is he's changing arms like this, and on my phone you can make gifs, and I was trying to make I did it with that. I just alternated the two pictures that are beneath it, but with hers I did a gradual one, and it took a couple of different modifications of one picture, so it looks like it's raising its hand and then doing a peace sign like that. It's not super smooth, plus the character moved back and forth a little, so I want to go back and see if I can get a better one done. Make it smoother, and where the body of the character doesn't go back and forth. The second one looked better, but the first one it would go from here to back here to back here to back, so it was really off-putting, but for some reason when I redid it, it didn't do that. Hang on. Give me 1 second. See how this one's bouncing back and forth? This one does it a little, it looks like more like it starts at the back and moves forward. That one just goes back and forth. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm proud of them. Don't get me wrong. And like I said, I'm glad she likes them. So, hang on. Give me a second. Oh Lord. But and see, I like doing that. I like when she asked me to help her. I was like, "Yay, let's do this." I like helping people, like I said. And I know at one point she enjoyed streaming, and it kind of fell off for her because there was the growth kind of leveled out, and it's the same thing with me. Like when I took my break to move out here, my regular audience disappeared except for 1 or 2 people. Yeah, and good, and that's the thing. So that's when she asked me, I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's get you back into it. That's one of the reasons I'm changing the things I'm doing to see if there's more opportunity for growth with other things at other times. Hence, like me doing this late when there's not as many people gaming or streaming, but there might be people looking and may just want something in the background to listen to while they're working or something, and they just may keep this up while we talk. And like I was telling her, when we do some of these that are more earlier in the night, when I do this, we can do the new stream together that they have now, and she can stream it and I can stream it, and everybody's going to see the exact same thing from what I gather. And like everybody can see both chats. So anybody that's in hers, anybody that's in mine, they can see each other's chats from what I gather about it. And That's a pretty cool tool that they've added. Um, Especially for people that do tend to use, the people I know used Kick more for this, but for Twitch is good. They use it for like doing a podcast. They just do it over Discord, so that all four, 3 or 4 people can be on the screen together. But if, say, each person wants to stream it alone, and then they can do the stream together thing, so everybody's chat can be seen, and questions answered or asked or what have you. Um, but I've yet to use it, so we may have to work on that a little bit and see how that works if she wants to do that. Oh, let me see something. Oh, yeah. Um, and like I was saying with her, if we do that, we could do voice chat over Discord. Nobody has to be on camera if they don't want to. Um, but we can do voice chat over Discord and just watch our chats together for questions or statements and stuff like that. Especially with me doing multiple platforms, and that's the one good thing with Meld is because I'm doing currently 3 platforms. The chat for all 3 is we can do, it shows up for me. It used to be when you're multi-streaming, you didn't have that, and multi-streaming wasn't easy. Um, but I mean, I'm just trying some new shit. And, oh yeah, definitely. Um, like my Switch is right there, but yeah, that was fun. And that was one of the things we were all looking forward to doing it. So, one of the original plans for this room, because she was supposed to move in at the beginning of this month with our original arrangement, is we were going to mount TVs on this back wall here, and like two to 3 or 4 depending. So each one of us, me, her kiddo, and her kiddo, could have separate systems, game systems, switches, and our own TVs to game on, and then whoever we're playing with online also. Um, but yeah, so that was like the one of the plans is to have like 2 to 4. We'd probably do 2 at first, obviously, finances and all that, but because for one, one more TV plus we already have the switches for them, so we don't have to buy another switch. Between the 4 of us, we have 3. Jack has 1, I have 1, and she has 1 with her son. So we could do split screen co-op between 2 of them, and then whoever was online, and then grow from there, obviously. And when we met, she wasn't a big gamer. She wasn't big into streaming. Yeah, split screen. Uh, but she's gotten into it. Like she likes to play Fortnite now and what have you. And she was starting to ask about trying to stream before everything went to shit. Like she has her own profile on my PC, and I had her set up where she could stream to TikTok because that's what she wanted to do. 'Cause that's where all her friends are. And we did it a couple of times, and then we had to back off seeing each other like that. Um, and then somebody mentioned that she can stream, blah blah blah. I can talk sometimes, stream directly from the PlayStation, and told her how. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that. I could have told you that, but you never seemed like you wanted to do it that way. So I don't give a shit. I just want to start streaming. Oh, okay. But that was one of the plans. We're gonna get another PC set up for her, so she can stream through that one. I can stream through mine. We stream together, do all this other stuff together. And I don't think it is as dead as she's claiming. Because I'm sure Ivy told you there is so much shit that happened in the time that she was losing her feelings. That just makes no sense to that. So I got to give her time, back off, relax, to get over the issue that we know about. I put too much into this to quit. I want it too much still. So, but I have to let her do her shit on her own time. Yeah. Well, anyway, not going any further in that direction. Matter of fact, I'm starting to wind down because it's almost 2 o'clock. I need to get to bed soon. You probably might want to go to bed soon. I don't know. I don't know what time you go to bed after you get home. And the lack of sleep is starting to catch up with me, so that's a good thing. So maybe I will. Oh, definitely. Let's do it. Good news, by the way, real quick. So, you know about the incident. Did she tell you that I got pulled over a couple of weeks ago by the cops who impounded my truck for the incident? Okay, so I had a ticket. I had court for that today. Just went in there, pled not guilty. The judge, I explained to him about the license because I thought my license had been reinstated and it hadn't. He's like, just bring me paperwork showing that it's reinstated. That'll get dropped. But so I pled not guilty. The public defender I talked to last Wednesday, I told them what was going on. They said, plead not guilty. I will see if I can I will get those charges. We can attach them to the ones we're already working on. So when these get dropped, we can get them all dropped together. Oh, okay. Because mine are already ready. The other one, the worst ones, are ready to be dropped. It's just my car insurance didn't cover the damage, but that was my fault. I gave them the wrong policy info because back in February of last year when the policy renewed, they changed the policy number and I didn't know it. I've already got that handled last Friday. I've got that ball rolling. So as long as that's handled by the 11th, and I told the judge I was there, so they made sure that they made my court date for this incident the same day, so I don't have to keep coming back and forth. So hopefully I'll go see the public defender and she'll just approach the prosecutor with all of it and say, he's got this stuff done, can we get all this dropped? And he'll go, yep, and it'll be done and I'll be happy. Because for one, if I wanted to go home or back to Georgia, I couldn't until this shit's done. And my lease ends in June, at the end of June. Jack doesn't want to go home. He wants to stay here. So I'm trying to, I put out some applications. I don't know if you heard about all that. Um, I don't know if you were in here when I talked about the applications I put in today. Um, Hopefully those will come back. I have a feeling one of them will. It was actually three applications to one company and one application to a different one. The one of the three. Okay, so there is a company here. I have no skill in this business. I have very little knowledge, no real skills. But I called them saying, "Hey, are y'all looking for like apprentices and for people that have no um, experience but are willing to learn from the ground up?" They are. It's an AC or a heating and air and plumbing company. And one of the guys that at least he used to work for him or used to live here, lives the next street over because I used to see one of their vans there. It's Simplify Heating and Air. So I figured, I might have it in there. Um, so I filled out for customer service. I filled out for like the lowest to AC repair, whatever. Well, one of them I think was sales and one was repair. And I wouldn't mind learning it. My dad did AC for a while. My brother went to school for it. I wouldn't mind learning it because one of my biggest problems back in fucking Georgia at that house is the AC unit. And plumbing, actually. That's a whole different thing. So either one. But the other job I applied for is at a dealership down the street. They need a service writer. And I wouldn't mind getting that because the way dealerships work, I could make more money because it's commission based and I'm good at sales. And having been a mechanic, I can sell even better because that's what I did as a mechanic and a service writer. I can walk people through the process and why this part's wrong and explain to them the diagnostics, and so they understand why that part needs to be replaced. It's what made me so good at sales and just parts, because people will come up and go, "I have these codes, I need all these parts." No, you don't. But that's what it said. No, you don't. It says all this because this one part right here is bad, and everything that works below it shows bad because it's not doing its job. Really? Yeah. And it's a $15 part. Here's how you replace it. And they'll go replace it, drive it around, get their missions done. They'll be like, "Thanks, man. You could have sold me $500 worth of parts." Yeah, I'm not that way. If I say what you need and you're happy with it, that means you'll come back to see me. If I say everything you think you need and you throw all these parts at it and it doesn't fix your problem, you're going to be mad at me. I'd rather you come back and see me the next time you need another $15 to $20 part, because it's going to build up over time. And that's how I turn shit stores into good stores. So, what's funny is this is a ball aluminum cup. I got a bunch of them. They're basically reusable solo cups. They're recycled, but it's from Ball, who does the jar company. It was like $10 or $15 for them. I've had them for years. I need to get new ones because the lining that they, the little plastic lining or whatever they put over this, so you don't taste the aluminum so much, it started to wear out inside the cup, and it's starting to stain brown from the tea. But I've had these for like 2 or 3 years. But I got them, I think, at my grocery store. I don't remember. But yeah, I use them. I had them forever and never used them, but I've used them religiously because I didn't want to bring everything when I moved out here. So I grabbed those. They're disposable if I need them to be. I could use them in the truck on the drive out here. So these were the cups we had for the first 2 or 3 months living here. But I'd originally gotten them because of all the cookouts I did. So when friends were over, we had, cups that if they got damaged, I wasn't out any real money. But anyway, it is 2:02, and I am going to end this for the night and go get some shut eye, and do my normal stream later tonight at 4. If I do another one tomorrow night like this, I'll let you know. Okay? As soon as I start it, I'll shoot you a text. We'll see how I feel. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And I hope to see you next time. I'm definitely gonna have to sit down and work on a schedule because I like this. This was fun. Have a good night.